Hello and welcome to the 13th episode of theDime with Skye D, lucky number 13. This can be the worst episode ever because it is the worst of the NFL. You're going to love it. Stick around. Alright folks, so here we are back again. Thank you once again for joining me very much. Somebody who knows far more about making videos than I do has challenged me to make my show 5 minutes instead of 10 minutes. I'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. No promises. Alright, so winners and losers I'm going to fly through. Winners, here's my top 5 teams in the league right here, ranked in order. I think Vikings are the best team in the league, followed by the Giants. Then you have the Saints, Colts, and Broncos in that order. But this show isn't about winners. This is the worst of the NFL. We're going to cover the worst stuff from the worst player in the NFL, the worst coach in the NFL, the worst team, all sorts of stuff. We're going to start with the worst team, all right, because it's an easy place to start. Out here on the West Coast, we pretty much seem to be in agreement the worst team in the league is the St. Louis Rams. Viewers out there, if you could do worse than that, feel free to make your argument about Steven Jackson cannot do it all by himself, and there's just no other pieces in place. Worst team in the league, St. Louis Rams. All right, next we got worst coach in the league. I'm going with Dick Jauron of the Buffalo Bills. The guy just has no personality. He just looks scary. He reminds me of the guy who, I don't know if you guys saw True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the mid-90s, but once he made it to this island where the missile was, there was this guy who gave him a truth serum and was about to do some wild things to him until Schwarzenegger broke out of cuffs. Dick Jauron looks just like the guy who gave Arnold Schwarzenegger the truth serum in True Lies. So anyways, Dick Jauron just does not seem like a motivator or a good decision maker. Worst coach in the league, Buffalo Bills, Dick Jauron. The worst team name is next. Worst team name, got to be the Cleveland Browns. A lot of things that are brown, fruit turning brown, undies that are brown, it's just all this bad connotation. I understand they're named after a guy named Paul Brown, but just imagine what a different course this team would have been set off on had his name been Paul Green, seriously. And they were the Cleveland Greens. Everybody likes greens, green thing, go green, and other things as well. Additionally, on top of that, they also have the worst logo in the league. This is their logo right here. That's right, the color brown. Come on. Can't you throw something in there, even like a sword or something like that? Just the color brown? Alright. Alright, now we're getting a little more personal. I'm going with the worst quarterback in the league. Got to be the Washington Redskins, Jason Campbell. He got it. He was efficient in an Auburn system in college, where he had a bunch of studs around him on the offensive line, and he just doesn't look comfortable back there. He's not a great passer, and they're not doing well. They're doing horrible. They're getting booed at home. Again, feel free to disagree with any of these and let me know what you think. We're going with worst owner in the league. This is a shoo-in. Al Davis of the Raiders. What the hell is going on there? Nobody can tell this guy no, it seems like. So, the only way he's going to get out of there is death. My guess is a lot of the Raider fans would rather move on from Al Davis. And Al Davis was great for the Raiders in the 80s, but now he's just pulling them down. That's all there is to it. Worst owner in the league, Al Davis. All right, we're moving on to worst type of NFL injury. Thankfully, this injury has not happened in a while. One of the more memorable cases of it was Napoleon McCallum in the early 90s on Monday Night Football playing for the Raiders. And it's the old leg bent the wrong way injury. Take a look.
When somebody puts their helmet into someone's knee while their foot's planted on the ground and their leg bends the wrong way, that is the NFL's worst injury.
Alright, moving on to the worst rule in the NFL. There are so many rules in the NFL. In fact, I've heard that it has the most rules of any organized sport in any country. And it's left up to these poor refs to interpret these rules. There's one rule that is just all sorts of messy right now. It's the catch rule. But even further than that, even worse than that, I honestly am not a fan of instant replay at all. Okay? And these are my reasons.
For starters, instant replay adds about a half hour to every NFL game. Then they don't even get the calls right all the time because of shoddy camera angles or crazy rule interpretations. Some things can be challenged, some can't. You could run out of challenges. Then there's this chicken shit element of a team hustling up to the line of scrimmage after the refs blew a call, trying to start the next play before the coach who got screwed could see the replay and throw the challenge flag. It's just a joke when you step back and look at it. NFL deserves better than that, and they should just get rid of instant replay.
Alright, on to the worst stadium in the NFL. This one's pretty easy. It's Candlestick Park. For an amazing, storied franchise like the 49ers, it's kind of embarrassing to have this park like Candlestick Park, and here's a little more about it.
So, you're going to a 49ers game, huh? Well, there's a few things you should know about Candlestick Park. First of all, Hustle in and out of Hunter's Point, the neighborhood surrounding the park, as quickly as you can, as it is an epicenter of criminal ongoings. Many shady people roam the streets of Hunter's Point and would be quick to smoke your ass just like a joint. The parking lot is only big enough for about a fourth of the stadium's capacity, so be prepared to park in very unusual places and hand over somewhere around $40 to do so. Once you enter the park itself, you can marvel at a stadium built before scientists and other professionals could engineer them to protect the patrons from beating suns and relentless winds. If you find yourself seated underneath the massive concrete overhangs of the upper deck, understand that if the West Coast experiences one of its signature earthquakes, it is game over for you. Another one of Candlestick Park's features is the section facing the side of another section, which is located in the southwest corner of the stadium. Perhaps they could have a daycare area there, but for now it remains empty because you cannot see the field. But don't let these conditions prevent you from buying a $12 watered-down Coors Light and $9 nachos from a vendor who clearly hates their job. Be sure to enjoy the game on the field. After all, it is why you are there. Once the game has ended, the real fun begins. As you navigate a course from your seat to your car, you will pass by many faces of mankind, from street urchins to greedy CEOs. This process can take upwards of a half hour, mainly because of the slowly twisting flocks of fans and the clusterfuck of cars impatiently trying to get to the exits. Once you have reached your car, the second phase then begins. Getting from a parking lot at the 49ers game to the freeway and then the freeway to the Bay Bridge is a moving journey filled with poverty, riches, sorrows, cheap thrills, ambiguous smells, and a lot of rough noise. I hope you enjoyed your day at Candlestick Park, and we'll see you again soon.
Alright, so quickly moving along. I knew I couldn't do this in 5 minutes, but what the hell, I'm giving it a try. Luna and my picks against my dog's picks last week, I went 0-4 for the second week in a row. Do with that what you will, but my dog, picking some long shots as well, went 3-1. So let's go ahead and do it again. I'm going to have my dog pick in the same type of thing. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. I'm going to throw in 4 picks as well. I'm 2 for 12 on the year, which, Rich Aurelia or Edgar Renneria might be proud of, but I am not. And my dog is 3-1 so far. Alright, so check it out.
Alright, we're doing things a little differently. It's late at night, got the fire going. Luna's ready. We're going with sunflower seeds. Atlanta's the one on the left, Niners on the right. Atlanta on the left, Niners on the right. She makes straight towards the Falcons. Unbelievable. Next one, Houston at Arizona. Houston on the left, Arizona on the right. Sunflower seeds again. And she'll take Arizona at home. Third one is New England at Denver. New England on the left, Denver on the right. She goes for New England. Tries to say Denver as well, but no. Finally, we have the Jets at Miami that Monday nighter. Jets on the left, Miami on the right. Very gingerly chooses the Jets in that one. So 3 out of 4 road teams for Luna this week. All right, so Luna likes Atlanta, Arizona, New England, and the Jets. I'm going to pick my 4 here. I think Cleveland's going to get it done on the road against Buffalo for some reason. I'm going with Cleveland there. Seattle I like at home against Jacksonville. I also like Tennessee to finally get a win at home against Indy. And I'll take Miami at home on that Monday nighter against the Jets. Cleveland, Seattle, Tennessee, Miami. Postscript, the lock of the week here is Carolina over Washington. Carolina wins that game, guaranteed. And what the hell do I know?
Alright folks, thank you very much for joining me. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. The feedback, just everything. So, moving along briskly here, I'm going to throw in a sponsor here at the end. Check it out, and I will see you in one short week.
Folks, visit myspace.com/theinversions to get to know or book one of Sacramento's best bands.